Welcome to the North Dakota Department of Public Instruction WebGrants ESSER funding tutorial. Because your certification and assurances packet was done outside of the system, you will have received an approval notice from the department. Once you've received that notice, you'll want to come to the grants.nd.gov login page. If you haven't yet registered, make sure you follow the announcement sections exactly to get registered as a new user. But once you're registered, you're going to log in with your ND login. And from here, within the WebGrants system, navigation first starts on the left. Your dashboard is going to be any upcoming opportunities, anything that you have to work on based on deadlines. But like I said, because that certification and assurance was done outside of the system, you're actually going to find your grant award under the Grants tab. It's starting already as a grant. We're skipping right over the application process because you've already completed that. Once you click on grants, you're going to see your current grants, as well as eventually we'll have any old prior closed grants. We foresee WebGrants being a great repository for all things grants related to North Dakota Department of Public Instruction. But you're going to want to find the grant that you're looking for, ESSER, click on it, and these are all of the components that make up your grant award. So you have general information. This is where you're going to add any additional users to your grant. So at any point, if you determine that you want to add additional users, you're going to do edit additional contacts. And when you click in the additional grantee contacts, the only ones that are going to pop up are approved users for your organization or your district. So if you're looking for someone and they are not on that list, that means they are not a registered WebGrants user yet, and encourage them to please go register. You can come back at any time and add them to as many users as you want to add or remove from the general information on this grant. Within the WebGrants system, you can navigate the back button within the application, but don't use your browser buttons. So you can either go back to get to your main component list, or you can navigate across the top here. So this grant list is sort of our home button. These are all of our components that are going to make up our grant. The system, eventually we will have status reports and monitoring done in here. It allows for correspondence, keeps a time date stamp of what was sent, what was asked, and the system will automatically notify the users associated with this grant. It also has a component here with your historical application. So this is where you're going to find your district certification and agreement that you sent to the Department of Public Instruction. We'll have a copy of it here, as well as your grant award will be here. This will be the executed signed copy. So as I said, eventually this will be a great system to have everything in one spot for your grants. There is a component on here called budget. However, we won't be utilizing it for this grant. Everything will be awarded under an unobligated category. However, it is up to the districts to make sure that their claims are by category and that those claims match your final ledgers for all grant funding under this opportunity. So to file your first claims, you're going to want to click on the claims component, and you'll see in here any past claims that you have. Obviously, I've been doing a little bit of testing here, but you can see their status. Are they paid? Are they editing? Did you withdraw it for some reason? Submitted means you've sent it in, but you're waiting for the department to approve it. But this is a great system to keep everything in one place. So if you want to add a new claim, you're going to go over to the right and just click Add Claim. It's very user-friendly, walks you through it. We do need it to be on a reimbursement basis, and you're going to choose your project period. These funds you are allowed to go back to March 13th, 2020 through whenever the period is that you're looking at. This isn't a final request, so we're not going to check there. We're going to say save, and then again, this looks familiar. It looks just like your grant setup was, with all of the components that have to be done in the claim. So you can see we have a check mark here because that was the general information that we just filled out. If for any reason you come back and you need to change those dates, you can always edit and change it as many times as you like until you submit it. Again, you can navigate using the back button in the WebGrants application, or you can navigate across the tabs on the top. So from here, we need to go into the reimbursement, and this is where we're going to make our claim by category. So in order to open them up, we're going to say edit reimbursement, and then this allows us to put our claim into the proper categories. Now you can see that the contract budget is 0 over here. We put all funds awarded under unobligated so that you don't have to have an approved budget, do any budget amendments, anything like that. It's just up to the district to confirm that their ledgers match their claims at the end of the project period. So from here, you're going to claim whatever amount you want for the proper categories, and then you're going to say save. Within the system, you can see that it put those as a negative because we don't have a starting number over here. That's okay. You can still see down here your total amount remaining is $2,190. So this is after any claims that I have submitted but haven't been paid, as well as my total claims. So the system is nice. It will show you what's pending, as well as what your total is and how much is left. Once you're sure that you're done with this, you can mark it as complete. And then we will have that second green checkbox out here that will give us our submit claim. So when you initially came in, you don't have a submit button until your components are completed. Now, if you are not ready to submit it, but you think that you're done with it and maybe another party needs to review or sign off on your side of it, you can just leave and the system will save it in editing status like we had it. You can see in your claims, here's all of them that we had submitted. So once we have our final approval and we know we're ready to approve it, you can come back into it, say edit, and then you can just submit. And from there, your claim will now show in submitted status and not paid. So it really is a very user-friendly system, and we hope that everyone is as happy with it as we have been. Please feel free to reach out to us with any questions or concerns as you work your way through the system and navigating WebGrants. Thank you.